Okay, good evening. Is the Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost, is the Holy Ghost. Good evening and welcome to our live class for tonight. So I'm just trying to check my table to make sure that the four edges of my good evening, Mary Ian. Good evening, Mary Ian. Good evening, and welcome to our live class. Thank you so much, Oasis. Good evening, Goddy. Good evening, Pat. Patrino Fashions. Good evening. Welcome, 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 welcome to another live class for today. So in today's class, I'm going. Oh, thank you so much. All those of you that are giving me hearts already, thank you so much. You guys should please like this video. I would appreciate that. Thank you. Just drop your say hello as you're joining. Just say hello, say hi. Let me know where you're watching me from. When I am done, we are going to do a shout out. I'm going to call your names and greet you all very specially for joining the class for today. So let me know where you're watching me from. You're welcome. Say hello, say hi. Just give us some little greetings. Okay, yes. So guys, so let's get started. So in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to draft an over bust. Can you see? This is word and over bust. This is what we are going to learn how to do today. Thank you so much, all of you that are joining. Thank you. You guys should please like my video. Thank you. That's the second person that liked the video. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you guys should please like the video, okay? So that's what we are going to be learning how to do today. So you can see the beautiful blouse. So the first thing we're going to, let's draft the back pattern first, okay? So for those of you, if you have been following me for a while, so like I said, if you have, in case you don't know how to really draft pattern, like for beginners, stick to Stylish Naija live streams, or stick to it, because I assure you that when you stick to it, in a matter of time, you are going to be a guru when it comes to a genius. I think I should use that word, a genius, when it comes to pattern draftings. Okay, so just stick around to my live classes and you will know how to, you just understand, that's the scale will just like fall out of your eyes. You will now understand how to draft your patterns. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do when you are drafting a pattern, we're starting with our back bodies. So the first line here, this is going to be our shoulder line. So it starts is our start line, and then from that shoulder line you are going to measure your nipple point, which is called the bust point. So for this, we're going to make use of 10 inches. And then the next measurement we are going to use is the under bust. So for this, we are going to use 13 inches. And then the next measurement we are going to mark is our waistline. So waistline, that's this part, the deepest part of our which ran across our belly button. So for this, I'm going to make use of 17 inches. And then for the full length of our blouse, I'm going to make use of 21 inches. Okay. So these are all of the lines. I am going to connect all of these lines, and then I will label them. So remember, the first line is our shoulder line, the second line is our bust point, and then the third line is our under bust. So that's it, under bust. And then the fourth line is our waist. Some people call it tummy. I remember my teacher, he calls it tummy. So that's it. And then the last line is going to be the hem, and some people call it the blouse waist. Okay, so these are all of the measurements. These are all of the lines that we're going to be making use of. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to mark our shoulder line. So this is our shoulder line. So we'll take our shoulder measurement. You divide that shoulder measurement into two. We're using 13. So when you divide 13 into two, you're going to have 6.5. You mark it and then add half of an inch to it for stitching allowance. And then from that half of an inch, you come down by 1 inch. And then when you come down by 1 inch, you're going to mark it and then you connect that measurement, you connect it to the neckline, sorry, to the shoulder line. The reason why we do this is because our shoulder is not straight. So those of you that are just joining us, you're welcome. Let me know where you're watching me from. Like I said, when I am done, I'm going to greet you all, especially all of you that tuned in, because right now I can't raise my head. So just let me know as you're joining. Good evening, you're welcome. Let me know where you're watching me from. I would appreciate that. I really want to know where my people are, and then you can say hello, you can say hi. When I'm done, I'm going to greet you all specially, very specially. So if you want your name to be heard on YouTube, just go ahead and like this video, share it with your friends, your so colleagues. Yes, so let's continue, okay? So from that line that you came down by 1 inch, we're going to mark our armhole. Thank you. Those of you that are giving me heart, plenty more for you. So that's this round like this. You can take your tape and measure it round. One of these days, I'll come back again and do measurement video for you people for our live class, okay? So for this, I'm going to use 16 inches. So when I divide 16 into 2, I'm going to have 8. So I'll just mark the 8 inches that way, and then I would mark it, okay? I'll just connect it this way. And then when I connect it, this line is going to be my chest line, okay? So the next thing we're going to do from this line that we marked, we are going to take a look. What does we look for the midpoint? I'll just mark that midpoint. I'll just put it like a dot, and then from that point, I am going to connect a curve. So this curve is going to serve as my round armhole, okay? Can you see? So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to take our full body measurement. So let's use the dimensions that I'm going to be making use of tonight. The bust, let's use 36, the under bust is 30, and then the waist is 34, and then our blouse hem is going to be 40. That's the blouse waist, okay? So these are the measurements. So we'll come to our bust line here. That's where we're going to place this bust measurement. So this bust measurement, that's our bust round circumference. I'm just trying to use all the terms so you don't get confused. In case you hear it in another way, you will know. Okay, so you divide this 36 now, you divide it into 4. We're going to have 9. And then you are going to add 1 inch dart, because we want to take out a dart of 1 inch. This is our back piece. We want to take out a dart of 1 inch. So you add that 1 inch. And then after adding the 1 inch, you are going to add how many inches allowance you want to do. So for this, let's just do 2 inches. So we'll mark our 2 inches here. And then we're going to come to our under bust line. So this is the under bust. So for this under bust, we'll divide our 30 also by 4. And then you have 7.5. Add 1 inch for that. And then add 2 inches for stitching allowance, okay? So those are the lines. I'll just mark it there. And then I'm going to come to my waist measurement, the same, all of the measurement. Can you see that we're dividing? It's only our shoulder measurement that was 13 that we divide by 2. The other measurement, you divide them 4, 4, 4, okay? So let's continue. So our waist measurement 34, we're going to divide that by 4. So you will mark it here. And then I'm going to add a dart of 1 inch. And then I am going to add a 2 inches sewing allowance, okay? And then I'll come to my blouse hem, which is the down part of the blouse. I am going to I just want to make sure that every part is captured. And then I'll come to this point. The blouse, the waist, we're using 40. So divide 40 into 4, we have 10. And then add our dart intake, and then add our 2 inches, okay? So when we are done, all of these lines, I am going to mark, I'll connect them. Can you see? See, I just want to show you guys something. This is where the bust line is. But like I was telling you people in one of those my previous classes, I said, even though this was where we marked, do you understand? I'm not going to mark this thing. I'm not going to take it up like this. Do you understand? When I want to, because if I take it up, for instance, now, okay, I say now I want to connect all these lines now. I now connect it like this. Can you see? It's going to be somehow, okay? So you really don't want to do that. So what you are going to do, you are just going to take your tape, sorry, your marker, your ruler, and then you're going to slant it this way. Can you see? When you slant that way, then the next thing you are going to, because our blouse has a curve, is not it is curved, not the like a opened one. That so we're going to use this pattern, okay, for the down part. Can you see how beautiful the hem looks already? The next thing we're going to do, we're going to come up because we want to give it a beautiful curve. So I'm going to come up by like 2.5 inches. I'll mark it this way, and then when I mark that 2.5 inches, I'm just going to take my pattern curve like this, and then I'll just like flip that into my blouse. Can you see? So now we're going to take out our dart. So like I said, if you're just joining us, you're welcome. Let me know where you're watching me from. I would appreciate that. I really want to know. Please, and say hello, say hi, share this video, like. On this side you see three dots, just click on it and hit the like button. You will see a like button. You see like. So those of you that are giving hearts, thank you so much. Thank you. You can still hit on the like button, okay? So our bust span, that's when we say bust span, we mean one nipple to another. So for this, for today's tutorial, we're going to be making use of 8 inches. So you divide that. So our bust span is 8. So you are going to divide that by 2. So this one also was divided by 4. So you mark that at the hem like this. That's just not really at the hem, just mark it across all of the lines that we have here. So when I finish marking that across all of the lines, I am going to connect it with a straight ruler like this. So for this, we're going to do a tightening for this because it is a corset. Okay, so I've marked this, and then the next thing I am going to do, I want to take out my first dart of 1 inch. So that 1 inch dart, I'll take half to the right and then half to my left. So when I do that, I'm going to connect it like this. Can you see the way I am connecting my darts? I'll connect it this way beautifully and beautifully done. I'll connect it. So after this, the next thing I want to do a tightening. So for the tightening, I'm going to determine how many inches do I want to snatch my waistline. Do you understand? If I want to snatch my full waistline, for instance, if my waist, okay, my yes, we are here, our waist is here. So for instance, our waist is 34. Do you understand? If we want to snatch it, we want to reduce it, that's we want to reduce it, let it be 30. Do you understand? So that means we want to take out 4 inches from our waistline. So it depends on what your client wants. Some people, they will snatch their waist, and at the end of the day, they cannot breathe. When they go to the party, they cannot eat. That is not really good. So for this one,